Can we talk about your boobs?
Oh, yes. Yeah. Let's talk boobies. Like, they don't stay as, like, up and tight and high. Yeah. But to me, I'm like, that's what I want. Try to not go in with, like, high expectations of, like, a perfect plan. Things always shift.
I watched a vaginal birth and I went home. I said, honey, we are not having a child until I forget what that looks like.
You're like, I can't know.
I need, like, this angle, not this angle.
When Sage was a baby, I could say anything. She's not really listening. But you are truly setting an example for them with every move you make, every word you say. Complimenting myself throughout the day. She had her outfit on. She goes, Mom, do these shoes look cute with my outfit? And like, yes. I'm like, they don't match at all, but yes. And then she's like, these are cute.
For Sage 2, watching Rylee.
It's literally like I'm watching myself 12 years ago. I feel everything more for Rylee than I ever did for myself. Rylee is the reason she loves dance. Like, Mom, you don't know what you're doing. I was trying to help her with her like audition combo, and she's literally like, Mom, you don't know what you're doing. I'm like, actually, I do, okay?
Would you ever go back to the show?
I mean,
Lindsay, welcome to the squeeze.
Thank you. I'm so excited. I've been looking forward to this. Like, I just know this is going to be so fun.
Literally, I am so excited that this is happening because I've been just like dying to have you on, and it's finally happening.
Yay,
I get another Arnold sister right here.
Yay.
Rylee's honestly set the bar pretty high.
I know. She's awesome. She is seriously just the best. I love her. Obviously, I'm like, I love her so much.
I love her.
Which is a good thing.
No, she's the freaking cutest thing. Okay, so we start each episode off with this jar. It's a game called Citrus Got Real.
Oh.
If you want to pull a little piece of paper out of there.
Ooh, which one do I want?
Read the question to our lemon drops.
Okay. If your personality were a cocktail or mocktail, what would it be? Ooh. Okay, well, I don't drink, so it would have to be a mocktail. And I am the most boring person when it comes to beverages. Like, it's actually embarrassing. Like, I'm from Utah. Like, we've got all those soda. Like, I go there and I literally get an ice water. So I don't know. Like, I would do lemon water. Ooh. That's what I would do. I don't.
What does that say about your personality?
I think I'm not boring. I know. I'm like, I feel like that says I'm boring. Okay, wait, but it's what my personality would be.
Yes.
Not like what I was actually like drinking. Oh, I think I'd be like a little bit of everything, and you would kind of be like, this doesn't really all go together.
Wait, what is that called? What's that called? When it is, oh, frick, my friend gets it all the time, and we're like, what are you doing with your life? It's literally like a shot of every type of... Oh my gosh.
Terrifying.
Wait, this is going to bug me so much.
It's like everything.
It's everything.
Yeah, I think that's me, because I'm very much like, I want to do everything all at once, all the time, every single day.
When you put it that way, it's good. When my friend orders it, we're like, dude, what are you doing?
Like, well, yeah.
So, like, calm down.
That would probably be me. That's my answer.
That's good. What would
what would you be?
My first thing to say was a Shirley Temple, but that's also because I just love Shirley Temples.
That is like so nostalgic for me. Like, if I got to go to dinner and my parents let me get a Shirley Temple, I was like, my day is made. Yeah. My life is made.
Literally. I ordered one as an adult not that long ago, and I was like, that's it. I ordered a Shirley Temple, and Taylor was like, what are you doing? Like, jump scare. I was like, sorry.
You're like, just keep to yourself.
Just sounds good.
Just let me have this.
No, I think that would be mine, or like an Aperol spritz. But those are just what I like.
Yeah, I know. It's hard because you're like, what would I want to drink? But then you're like, what's my personality?
I feel like that.
Does that fit you?
I feel like Shirley Temple, like bubbly. I think I'm nice.
You are very nice.
Okay, great.
I can confirm that. Shirley Temple's for you.
Shirley Temple.
Unnamed mashup for me.
Yeah, that's good. I'm going to have to ask Taylor will know. I'll have to ask him after this.
Yeah, I need to know now too, so I can answer that better next
I know.
time.
I feel like it's a long, I don't know. We'll figure it out. I don't drink it, so I do not know. Okay, well, I'm excited to just like sit and chat and yap about your life and every detail and crevice. No, just kidding. I just decided to like sit down and chat and hear more about like your story. And I obviously watched you on So You Think You Can Dance and Dancing with the Stars. So it's like fun. I actually was watching back some old clips today, and I didn't realize your whole story with Brandon. We're gonna get into it, but I didn't realize that you like full on danced with Brandon, that he was your partner when you auditioned for So You Think You Can Dance.
Yeah. Do you want me to like talk about that? Because that was wild. Yeah. I'm like, well, I mean, it's actually wild because there's so many of us from Utah who literally grew up together that are on Dancing with the Stars. Like, I've known Jenna since kindergarten. I remember we had sleepovers growing, like we were best friends. And then me and Brandon started dancing together. We danced danced together pretty much our whole life, but became partners when we were like 15. Auditioned for So You Think You Can Dance Together. It was crazy because he auditioned with me, but he couldn't audition because he wasn't old enough. Then he came back and did it later when he was old enough. And it's wild to think of like how our journeys just continued on the same path for so long.
Yeah.
Like it's very rare for that to happen.
Yeah. We've been learning about this whole like Utah thing, and it's something that has very much engulfed Taylor's mind. Like we recently had Jenna on, and she explained everything to Taylor, like how did you dance at Center Stage?
I did, yeah.
Okay.
I did for a bit, and then my parents actually opened up a dance studio in Utah as well. Okay. So then I went somewhere else for a while.
I thought I heard that, honestly, maybe from someone on the show. And do your parents, do they have, like, how did that happen?
No dance background, like none. My mom showed horses growing up. My dad was a football player. My mom did cheerleading, but I feel like if you're a dancer, you know that like that's just a totally different world. Yeah. So no, absolutely no dance background, but they did have 4 daughters, 4 girls who all danced. And so it got to a point where they're like, okay, well, if this is our life, like let it be our life.
Yeah.
So they didn't like teach or anything, but they did all of the business side of the studio, but then we had dance teachers. They were never our coaches or anything. Thank goodness.
Do they still have the studio?
No, they don't. I mean, it's a lot of work.
Never.
Honestly, people ask me all the time, and I'm like, I just remember how much that was for my parents. Like, I really do. I'm like, I think the only way I would do it is like, let's say I end up having all girls or I have all kids who dance. It's like, then it makes sense because it's like, okay, well, this is what our family's doing. So it makes sense. It was cool because I mean, my parents were always there. My mom was always at the studio when I was there. And looking back, I loved that.
Yeah.
So, but it's a lot of work. So it's like once all of their girls were kind of done, they're like, okay, we're done.
Yeah.
So
what is your age difference between the 4 of you?
So Rylee and I are 12 years apart. I'm the oldest. She's the youngest. Okay. And then in between that, it's like I'm almost 4 years older than the one beneath me. Then there's 2 years between them and then 4 years until Rylee. So we're kind of spread out, which is wild because we're literally best friends. Like, but I wouldn't say like growing up, like, I mean, we loved each other. There was never drama, but like we became best friends now in our like adulthood, and it's wild. But there is a pretty big gap.
I feel like that's not like common for Utah families.
People bang them out. My mom had a hard time getting pregnant with her second, so that was gap. And then there was like 2 years, so they were close. And then Rylee was like we never say, she wasn't a whoopsie at all. It was like my dad convincing my mom finally like, please, let's try for a boy. And he got his 4th girl. And then that was that.
Oh my gosh.
But we always say, we're like, literally our family would not be complete without our Rye. So it's just so funny to think that they were like, we need a boy. Well, my dad. But now he's a full-on girl dad, and he's the best ever.
So wait, when you were like 16, 17, how old would that make Rylee? Like when you were like in high school dancing?
So I was 12 when she was born. I was out of the house. Like, I mean, I graduated when I was 18. She would have been like almost 5. And I was out of the house. So it's kind of crazy looking back because I wasn't really around for like a lot of like my closest sister in age, she hadn't even started high school when I moved out of the house, like when I started my career. So I'm definitely like kind of missed a lot of there. Yeah. But then it's crazy because now it's like we're all just so close.
Yeah. I love like watching the 4 of you together on social media and just like interact, and even like your kids now, like it's actually one of my favorite things. And so especially when Sage like has her little dance videos of her like stepping on the little things.
I know.
It actually
so cute.
Like it's the cutest freaking thing. And I showed Taylor, I'm like, please just like look how cute this is. Like it's absurd.
It's so wild to me, like, because that was my life, and like watching her do it and love it. She had her like last dance competition of the season last weekend, and it was funny because my whole family came, and my mom after was like, I have just been dying this whole time watching you be like the dance mom that I used to be for you. It's like running, changing the costume, fixing her lipstick, helping her warm up. Like, it's just so funny that this is my life now. But it's like, I know this life. I lived it, but I wasn't on, like, being on the other side of it is just so surreal and wild to me. But yeah, it's the cutest thing ever. I die. Every time I watch her, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so wild.
It's so cute. Is she like loving it?
She is. She's loving it. And my second daughter, she's 2 now. She's still so young, but she also loves dance. Like, it's been funny because started both of them pretty young, put them in their classes, and like both of them from day one, like just immediately were like so pumped. Aww. And there's some kids who aren't like that, like who don't want to go, and it's just been so funny. Like they love it, and I think a lot of people just assume that like I'm gonna make them do it, but like they've loved it. So I'm like, yeah, we're doing this. If you love it, I am all in for you guys.
I'm sure it's so fun, like for Sage too, like watching Rylee, like she gets to do. I'm sure she almost looks up to her like a big sister.
Oh yeah, and like Rylee is the reason she loves dance. Like Mom, you don't know what you're doing. You don't know. Like I'll try to help her. She had her team auditions last week. And I was trying to help her with her like audition combo, and she's literally like, Mom, you don't know what you're doing. I'm like, actually, I do, okay? But it's funny, but like if Rylee were to be like, do this, she'd be like, oh, okay. So she looks up to Rylee so much. And I love that. I'm like, that's great. And honestly, I've always said, I'm like, I don't want to be like a coach to my girls if they do decide to dance. Like, I just want to be their biggest fan, their supporter. Like, I just want to be like, so it is good. It's good that she's not coming to me for that, because I'm like, I don't know if I want to have that dynamic. I think it would just change things.
Oh my gosh. One of the things that keeps a lot of us from going to the gym is really not knowing where to start or if our workouts will even, work us out. Well, meet Tonal. Tonal is the ultimate strength training system that tracks your progress to take the guesswork out of working out, so you can have the confidence to keep pushing forward. Tonal provides the convenience of a full gym and the guidance of a personal trainer at any time and in your home in one sleek system. Designed to reduce your mental load, Tonal is the ultimate strength training system, helping you focus less on workout planning and more on getting results. No more second guessing your form. Tonal gives you real-time coaching cues to dial in your form and help you lift safely and effectively. After a quick assessment, Tonal sets the optimal weight for every move and adjusts in 1 pound increments as you get stronger so that you're always challenged. Tonal also lets you choose from a variety of expert-led workouts, from strength to arrow hit to yoga to mobility, to keep you coming back for more. I have a Tonal in my home, and it is truly the best workout equipment and the only piece of workout equipment you will ever need, because it's like having a personal trainer on call at any time you want in your home. I also love that Tonal really just gives you the confidence to work out, and it makes you feel comfortable and confident. And that's honestly where a lot of this stuff starts, is being confident in what you're doing. And Tonal is truly the perfect partner for that. And right now, Tonal is offering our listeners $200 off your Tonal purchase with promo code SQUEEZE. That's Tonal.com, and use promo code SQUEEZE for $200 off your purchase. That's Tonal.com, promo code SQUEEZE for $200 off. Summer means vacations, outdoor adventures, and longer days, but also less time spent cooking healthy meals at home. If you're reaching for quick solutions that compromise your nutrition, Tempo has your back. With fresh, protein-rich meals ready in just 3 minutes, you can fuel your summer fun without sacrificing your health or valuable free time. If you haven't heard of Tempo, Tempo serves up fast, feel-good, single-serving meals that are crafted to cook in just 3 minutes, so you can eat well without sacrificing taste or convenience. With new recipes each week that are made with real ingredients and nutrient-rich, they make it easy to keep up a healthy lifestyle. Tempo's perfectly portioned lunches and dinners take the guesswork out of eating well and can be heated in the microwave in just 3 minutes. Something I love about Tempo is that they offer a variety of meals for different dietary taste preferences, including protein-packed, calorie-conscious, carb-conscious, fiber-rich, you name it, they got it. Tempo truly is the perfect key to making sure that you're eating healthy this summer. It's so easy when you're on the go, you're in, you're out, you're traveling. You don't have food in the house to make an actual meal. And having a pre-made meal with Tempo that is good for you, and all it needs is 3 minutes in the microwave, it keeps you eating healthy. And for a limited time, Tempo is offering our listeners 60% off your first box. You can go to tempomeals.com/squeeze. That's tempomeals.com/squeeze for 60% off your first box. tempomeals.com/squeeze. Rules and restrictions may apply. Okay, Lemon Drops, I have some exciting news for you. Simply has launched a new prebiotic soda called Simply Pop, the new juicy soda. This new juicy soda comes in 5 flavors. They have pineapple mango, lime, strawberry, citrus punch, and fruit punch. Simply Pop is the new fruit-forward bevy of prebiotic sodas made with 6 grams of prebiotic fiber to support gut health and vitamin C and zinc to support immune health. Something that I love about this new Simply Pop is there is no added sugar. So many of these drinks add sugar, but you're getting an amazing taste with no added sugar. I love a little 2-3 p.m., a little treat, just a little something for me. And Simply Pop has been that go-to for me. I would say my favorite flavor is either the lime. I am such a lime girl through and through. But also the fruit punch is pretty good. But I'm torn between those. Don't make me pick one because I can't pick. But you guys need to try Simply Pop out. It is so yummy. You can find Simply Pop and any of its 5 juicy flavors by visiting them online at cokeurl.com/simplypop. That's cokeurl.com/simplypop. You guys need to check out Simply Pop. It's going to be your new favorite. When you were growing up, so you did ballroom and all other styles at the same time growing up.
Yep.
Did you have a favorite or?
I feel like it always changed. Like if you're a dancer, so you know it's like some days, like if I was in my feels, I'm like, I just want to do a contemporary combo right now. Yeah. But if I'm like feeling like sassy, I'm like, oh, I want to go do my ballroom, or I want to go, I don't know. So I feel like it genuinely changed.
Yeah.
But I do feel like I always kind of knew my strength was in ballroom. Mm. And that's where I like thrived. Like me and Brandon, when we started competing together, like we did really, really well. Like that was definitely the area where it was like, okay, I'm obviously like, this is where I shine and this is where I do the best. But I always still loved all the other styles as well. So it was hard.
Yeah.
But then also like, there's that pressure of like, because ballroom was where I kind of thrived and where I had the most potential, sometimes I would like hate it for that because I'm like, the pressure, you know? So it was like always a constant, but also like you're a teenager and you go through like, I hate this, I love this. So, but I would say ballroom probably always was kind of my like thing.
How often would you compete?
All the time. So I feel like honestly, during like apart from summer when things kind of slow down, like during the fall and spring seasons, like I would say at least every other weekend I was either at a jazz competition or convention or I was doing a ballroom competition.
Oh, wow.
I feel like with ballroom you really can determine how much you want to dive into it, and we dove into it. So we were flying all over the country, the world even, to do competitions all the time.
And are all ballroom competitions like multiple people on the floor at once?
Yep. Yeah.
Can you tell me about that? Because I feel like I've always seen it, but I've never fully like thought about it. And obviously I've never danced ballroom, so I'm not like used to seeing that.
Yeah.
But just because of how much ballroom has really become a thing over the past few years, I've really been seeing it and finally questioned like, wait, is this like actually how it works?
Yeah. So with ballroom, very different from like a jazz competition where you go on the stage, you have your routine, you have your music. With ballroom, you have like, let's talk about Latin. So with Latin, you have the 5 Latin dances, and you will have choreography for each dance that is usually around like a minute to a minute 15 long. Mm-hmm. And it's not choreographed to a certain piece of music. So let's take cha-cha, for example. Mm-hmm. So me and Brandon had our cha-cha routine that was done to the cha-cha tempo, and that could be done to any cha-cha song. Now you show up on competition day, all the couples go out on the floor, they turn on a cha-cha song, you don't know what song it's going to be, and everybody dances at the same time. It's actually wild. And it's so funny because it's like, I feel like it requires such a like mental capacity because it's not like a routine that is to specific parts of the music. And I mean, there'd be so many times where you're like performing and like maybe the song has like a random 4 count in there.
Yeah.
So it gets you off and you have to figure out how to get back on. And then also you're dancing next to people who are doing a different routine. I mean, the amount of times I got bumped into, I got kicked, I got knocked over, like it's just a wild, but I also like don't know any different. So to me, like that's just what it is, but it's so different than like the jazz convention side of things.
Yeah. Wait, that's crazy.
I know, it's wild. And they have all of you out there, and then the judges, how they judge essentially are like, they only can watch you, each couple, for a couple of seconds. Because it's like, you've got to like, so it's just, it's such a different world.
How do they judge you or like pick a winner?
Well, obviously like dance is subjective, of course. Like every judge is going to be looking for different things. And like you kind of know, like you're like, this judge is going to be looking for that. Yeah. But it's a mixture of technique, performance, appearance. Like a lot of judges judge off of like how good your hair looks, or like if your costume looks put together, or if you like if your hair falls out, it's like that's a big deal. Like it's like bad. Like it's the whole package. But there isn't like a guidebook of like 5 points for style, 5 points for, it's like, it's very subjective.
Yeah. So from there, when there's sorry, this is like, I'm so like stuck on this. When so all of you are dancing, and then do they just pick a winner? Do they like go to like another round?
Yeah. So like depending on how many people have entered into that specific like competition.
Got it.
So let's say there's like 36 people. They'd probably do it in heats where like because you can't have like 100 couples on at the same time.
Yeah.
So they do like heats and like 2 heats of dance, and then they'd cut it down to like 24. And then they do another round where you do the same dances again. Then they'd cut it down to 12. And then the final is always with 6 couples. So they eventually get it down to 6 couples.
Got it.
They have all 6 couples on the floor. You do all 5 of your Latin dances back to back to back. And then they pick a winner from there. So they do first through 6th place.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I know. It's wild.
I want to go to one of these.
Oh, you haven't been to a ballroom competition?
No.
You need to go. They have so many in California. You need to go. It's honestly the most like wild environment ever, but it's so cool.
I love watching ballroom so much. And even
would love.
I obviously like I've watched it on TV for years, but I went to the live show a couple months ago, and it's actually so crazy. Like I was literally like just jaw dropped the whole time seeing all of the pros like actually get to dance together, because like you can kind of see them dance when they're with their like celebrity partners, but seeing them actually together, I was mind blown. Taylor was like, who is the best? I was like, I actually like can't tell you who was the best because
they're just so good.
They were all insane.
I know. It is really such a different world because when you're dancing with your celebrity, like you're definitely not dancing to your full potential. Yeah. Obviously you can't.
Yeah.
But yeah, you should go to a ballroom competition. It's really cool to see it on that level, and just like, it's wild, but you should do it.
Okay. Maybe I will.
I'll help you find one.
Okay. Thank you.
After this, I'll look at the next one that's coming up and you're going.
Yep. I'm just like some creepy person like hey! Sitting in the corner watching.
No. It's like everybody goes. It's just so, you got to do it.
That's so cool. So growing up, did you want to do dance like professionally?
So yes and no. Like I feel like in my young mind, I didn't even really think that far, but like I knew that I loved it so much, and I was a very competitive, driven person. Like even through my teenage years, when I feel like that's sometimes where, because I had a lot of friends in my teenage years who kind of then dropped off, and they're like, oh, I'd rather do this. I was always like, I really want to do this.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like the professional career was always felt like a pipe dream. Like I'm like, it'd be so cool to be on Dance with the Stars, but it wasn't like, I didn't think I was in that mindset of like, oh, that's what I'm doing. Like that's why I'm dancing right now, so that I can do that. It was just like, I love this now and I want to be the best I can be at it.
Yeah.
So I don't think I even really saw the potential that it that it grew into.
Yeah. I feel like it is such, like growing up dancing, I think it is just like something that's like off to the side. Like that would be cool to do. But even like, is it realistic? Because like I went to college for dance. I was a dance major when I first graduated.
I didn't know that.
Also because I'm the first person in my college or in my family to go to college.
Oh my gosh.
And so my parents were like, what do you want to do? And I was like, I don't know. I like dancing. So maybe I just do that. I did that for a little bit. That was hard because it was all I was doing, even though it was all I was pretty much doing before that. Because, I dance team and I did like my company. Yeah. So I would do dance team for my high school from like 7 to 10 in the morning and then do school and then go dance from 3 to 9.
Yep.
At my and so it was my life, but it was just different when it became school.
Yep.
And also I'd never really done modern before. And like I was just like having to like walk across this room. I was like, what am I doing with my life? And like I was dancing 40 hours a week, did not have time for a job, and I wanted to graduate with a bachelor's of science in arts, and I was like, that's gonna take me 5 years. I'm gonna be in debt. Like, what am I doing?
What is this? Yeah.
So that's when I ended up switching to nursing. But I feel like it's hard, especially even after high school, if you're not professionally dancing, you can't really like I could go to like a random studio in LA, but you can't really like do anything after that.
No, that's what's so hard. And I think like I remember like, well, for example, I was like enrolled in college, like ready to go as soon as I graduated. I was like, I wanted to be a physical therapist. Like towards the end of like my high school career, not even that you call it that, but I started to be like, okay, like what am I doing next? Like not in my mind was like, I'm going for the dance thing, because I have always been someone who's kind of been a real, like, I don't want to say realistic, because that is realistic. Obviously it happened, but I feel like I'm always like, I want a safe option. I want to know what's going to happen to me. So I it was scary because at the time I'm like, the options are so limited as dancers. Like they really kind of were back then. Now I feel like there's so much opportunity.
Yeah.
But there are so many dancers.
Yeah.
It's not like it's like there's so many. So it's just like the odds and the chances of things happening is low and it's scary.
Yeah. How old were you when you auditioned for So You Think You Can Dance? Or how did that even come about?
Yeah. So I luckily had just turned 18. So you have to be 18 to audition for that show. I turned 18 in January and like beginning of February. So I don't know if you remember this. They don't really do it anymore, but they used to like go across the country and do auditions and they were like open call auditions.
Yeah.
Now it's like very selective and they do them here.
Yeah.
But it was back when they did that and they literally came to Salt Lake City like a month after I turned 18. And it's funny, my mom actually like made me do the audition. I did not want to do it at all. I really didn't want to go. I'm like, I'm not going to make it. And that's going to be so embarrassing. Like, I don't want to have to tell people that I auditioned and then report back that like I didn't make it. Like I had no faith in myself. My mom fully made me go to the audition. Thank goodness. But showed up to the audition, very much open call. Like it wasn't like I was like invited or they were like expecting me or anything.
Yeah.
Just showed up. Ended up making it past that first round. Went to the Vegas week. Do you remember Vegas week?
Yes.
And again, going to Vegas week, I was like, I never was like, oh, I've got this, which I'm so mad at myself. But it just goes back to me being like, okay, this probably won't happen. So what are we doing next? The callbacks for Vegas were like in like right after graduation. So like end of May. And then ended up making it through like to the end where it was like top 40 and then had to wait a couple more weeks. And all this time I'm just like still planning on going to college that fall. Like I'm like, this is not happening for me.
Yeah.
And then ended up getting on the live show, started filming end of June or July, I want to say. But then it was like hard because there was still that like, okay, well, once I'm done here, I can just go to college. Like it was going to start in like August. But then it was the So You Think You Can Dance tour. And then I'm on tour with So You Think You Can Dance thinking like, okay, I'll do next semester. And then Dancing with the Stars reaches out. And then it's Dancing with the Stars. And then I'm like, oh my gosh. Like I think it was then where I was like, oh, this is it. Like I think I can do this now. So it's kind of wild looking back at my mindset through all of it.
That is so crazy. I miss So You Think You Can Dance so much. Like
do too.
Just everything you just said, like brought back so many memories of like watching it and just like, I mean, that was one of Taylor's favorite shows. And the dude can't dance to save his life, but he remembers like little details of things. Like it's actually so funny to me that he also has a really good memory. But he's like, remember they did this one dance with the mattress, and remember this other one with like the door.
Yes.
I'm like,
what was her name?
I know. I can't remember. Yeah.
Yes.
I know. So he's like the one with the bench. I'm like, how do you remember these?
No, because it's like nostalgia. Like those were like iconic moments in my childhood. I remember them too. Like if you watch the show, you remember those things.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was so good.
Was it when you made the show, did you move out here and then did you move back home or were you just like here?
So they put you up when you're on the show. So there was like an apartment complex where all the contestants were. So I feel like I can't say I moved out. I brought a suitcase of stuff that I would use. So I came out to LA. First time like being on my own, living in my own apartment was wild. Then I went on tour. And then I came back home to Utah.
Okay.
And then actually my very first season of Dancing with the Stars, I got the notice that I was going to be a pro literally the day before I needed to start rehearsing with my partner. So I was in Utah, packed up my car, and drove 10 hours to California so that I could start the training the next day. It was wild.
The adrenaline you must have been feeling that entire car ride.
And I was scared out of my mind. I'm like, oh, what am I even doing? Did you
want to do Dancing with the Stars or how did that happen?
Yes, I did. And I kind of like... Here's basically how it happened. I'm on So You Think You Can Dance tour. I get reached out to by a producer of Dancing with the Stars, and it was very much like, what's your contract like? Like, could you even do this? We're interested in you. But it was like, not like, I mean, I don't know if I'm sure any pro who's been on the show has told you, like, they don't tell you. Yeah. Like, it's not like they're like, okay, yeah, we're going to use you. Yeah. So it was like that conversation, but like, I personally was like, oh, I'm probably just going to be on their troupe. They always had like backup dancers and I'm like, I'm probably just going to do that. But I will never forget that. So they had reached out. I knew like there was interest, but then there was kind of nothing for a while.
Yeah.
And then I remember, I will never forget, I'm sitting in my parents' kitchen and I was still living in their basement.
Yeah.
And I get a text from the producer and they were like, how tall are you? And I'm like, out of nowhere, out of the blue, like, how tall are you? I send back how tall I am. 5 minutes later, I get a call. We have a partner for you this season. I'm like, what? I'm like, what if I had said a different number? Like, would I still like, I'm like, what if I was too tall? Which actually my partner that season was pretty short.
Yeah.
So like, honestly, like if I had been taller, like it probably wouldn't have worked out for me that season, which is so wild. But yeah, that's kind of how it all happened. It was so insane.
Oh my gosh. That's something I can't like fully wrap my brain around. Also, Taylor is this as well, because he's like, he like fights for the like injustice and like wants people to be like recognized. Like the fact that the pros don't know if they're coming back.
Yeah.
It's wild for me, but like when Taylor talks about it, he's like, what do you mean you don't know? Like,
No.
they clearly have to have you back. What do you mean? Like
It's wild. Like even, I mean, I did the show for 14 seasons. Like it's like, yes, at some point you start to feel confident, like I will, but then you don't know.
Yeah.
There's been plenty of times where a seasoned pro has been not picked up and they were totally blindsided and you just don't know. And it's a really like, it's terrifying. I mean, for example, my first season, I was a pro. I had a partner. The next season, I got bumped down to troop. So like that was a huge like demotion for me.
Yeah.
And every season after that, I'm like, okay, when am I going to be able to be a pro again? And I did 4 seasons of troop. And then it's like, once you become a pro, then you're like the whole time just sitting there like, okay, well, did I do a good enough job this season? Like, is it going to be enough? And like I said, like the longer you've been on, the more confident you feel, but you never can feel confident. Yeah. And the hardest part is I've always been someone who I never like really made the full move to LA. I just couldn't do it. I love Utah. I love home. That's where my family is. That's where my husband's family is. Like we just love it. Yeah. So for me, it was like every season I'm like, okay, am I going to be in LA for 3 months or am I not? So it is wild. But I mean, they do it across the board and that's just how it's always been. And I get it because like I said, it's like, for example, that first season, if I had responded and I was like, I'm 5'8", they'd be like, okay, we can't use her. So it's like a lot of times it's just little things that are out of your control and there's nothing you can do about it. It's like, I get it, but it also is, it's crazy.
It's such a like wild concept to me that I can't understand, but I'm also obsessed with at the same time. I have to tell you, when I was looking up all of your old partners and Taylor is obsessed with Calvin Johnson.
Oh my gosh.
Like literally obsessed because he's from Michigan and so he's a Lions fan.
So Lions fan. Yep, he's like Megatron. That's my guy.
Literally, Taylor has talked about Megatron for years and we went to one of the first Lions games we went to a couple of years ago. We were like down on the field and he was down there and Taylor literally went silent. Silent. And I was like, what? He's like, Megatron's over there. And I was like, you should go say hi. He's like, no, I don't want to say. I was like, honey, you should go say hi. Meanwhile, we're like chatting and all of a sudden someone walks up to us and he's like, hey, I'm with Calvin. Like he wants to say hi to you. And Taylor's like, what?
No
I was
way.
like,
oh my gosh, wait, that's so cool. So you got to meet him.
Yeah. They're like buddy. It's the cute. Taylor's
the sweetest.
Great. I was actually, you know, what's the saying? Don't meet your heroes. Like whatever that is. I was a little nervous to ask you.
You're like, shoot. No, he still, hands down to this day, he's one of the partners that I like rave the most. He is the nicest human ever across the board. We ended up getting 3rd place that season. So I was with him like probably more than anybody else for like 13 weeks straight.
Yeah.
And in every aspect of his life, he is just a stand-up guy. Like I got to see so many different elements of like his career, his family life, all that. He just is such a good human, which was I felt so lucky to be with him. He was such a hard worker. He was so kind always. And
Was he the tallest person you had danced with before then?
Yes, before then, yes. But after, I was partnered with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I don't know if you know who that is.
I do.
Yeah. He's 7'2". So that was like a wild experience. But yeah, Calvin was my tallest dancer that I felt like I could actually dance with. Because he got pretty good. Like we danced. So with Kareem, we didn't get to really dance because sweet man, he was 72 and just doing his best. But yeah, that was my first partner where he was really tall. Like my first really tall partner. And then I ended up actually getting quite a few tall partners after that. I think they just were like, oh, Lindsay can figure it out. So we're doing it.
It's like Danny. Like she knows like how to do the tall partner.
No, literally. That was me. That was me. They were like, okay, here you go. I'm like, okay, sweet. Because I'm actually not even the tallest pro by, like there were a lot of girls taller than me, but it just worked. I didn't mind though. It was fun.
I'll have to go back and like watch some of those.
Oh, you should. He was so good. But yeah, he's the sweetest.
That's so sweet.
I'm glad you guys actually got to talk to him.
Yeah. No, he's the best. Would you want to relive your 20s without reliving all of the chaos? Well, it turns out all you need for healthier hair, skin, and nails, and joints is Live Conscious Collagen Peptides. With types 1 and 3 collagen sourced from grass-fed, bovine in Brazil, Live Conscious Collagen Peptides is a favorite formula among 97% of users who saw visible improvements. It's also clinically backed and free from harmful and unnecessary additives. Unlike other products on the market, Live Conscious has been around for 10 years and always ensures purity and potency. The best part, these peptides dissolve effortlessly in your morning coffee, smoothie, or even water. If you're not already on collagen peptides, I encourage you guys to check out Live Conscious because I love that they have been around for so long. I feel like in the past couple of years, collagen has just really been this hyped up product, but it's hard to find a company that actually has good source product and really does the trick. I also love that there's no clumping because there is nothing worse than having clumpy collagen in your morning coffee. And the fact that they also come in stick packs is super great because you can just throw them in your bag whenever you're traveling and you can make sure you always have your collagen with you. Live Conscious is so confident you'll love the results that every purchase comes with a 365-day money-back guarantee. Yes, that's a full year to decide if it works for you or not. If you're interested, you can visit liveconscious.com and start your journey to natural beauty. Use code SQUEEZE for 15% off. I feel like I can't be the only one here, but I'm curious, have you guys tried all of the health trends that are going around, but you're still feeling tired, foggy, or just off your game? Well, you're not alone, and it's time to go deeper, way deeper, because true health starts in your cells. That's where Timeline comes in. Timeline has created the first ever longevity gummies powered by MitoPure, a delicious, easy way to put more energy into your day and treat yourself. This is the only clinically proven urolithin A gummy for strength, endurance, and healthy aging from the inside out. Some of the key benefits here are cellular energy. This improves energy at the source, which in turn creates sustained energy to feel more like yourself again. Strength and endurance increases muscle strength by up to 12% after 16 weeks. There's also healthy aging, which targets a key hallmark of aging and gives you the energy to feel like yourself again. I also love that it's a clean formula. It's sugar-free and naturally sweetened with stevia, vegan, gluten-free, and non-GMO. It is also Clean Label Project certified. These gummies fit perfectly into any routine. And if you're like me and hate taking pills, these gummies are an easy addition to your morning routine. If you want to stay strong and energized now and as you age, then you have to try MitoPure gummies. My friends at Timeline are offering 20% off just for our listeners. Head to timeline.com/squeeze to get started. That's timeline.com/squeeze. Your cells will thank you later. Lemon Drops, I am so excited to tell you about our next sponsor because it is actually one that I have used in my personal life. Let me introduce you to Function Health. Inside Function, you can test over 160 biomarkers from heart and hormones to toxins, inflammation, and stress. You can also access multi-region MRI and CT scans all tracked in one secure place over time. It's in your 360 view to see what's happening in your body. And that's why the top health leaders are all behind Function Health. Lab visits are fast and convenient at over 2,000 locations across the U.S. At only $499 a year, that's $1.37 per day for cutting-edge health insights. I am so excited to implement Function in my life. Obviously, you guys know I have a background in nursing, so I am very conscious of my health, and I love being able to know what's showing in there, what those biomarkers are saying, and Function Health is making it easier than ever for us to be able to do that and to actually see, because normally you only get your blood drawn, you see your blood results when something's wrong, but how about getting ahead of it before something is wrong and seeing what your biomarkers are saying? Learn more and join using my link. The first 1,000 people get a $100 credit toward their membership. Visit www.functionhealth.com/thesqueeze or use gift code thesqueeze100 at sign up to own your health. What was your decision to leave Dancing with the Stars like?
So that was like the toughest decision I think I've ever had to make. It was really, really rough. Like up until that point, I feel like I'd never had to like really, I don't know. I feel like before then, any decision I ever made wasn't hard to make. Like it was just like, this is what I'm going to do. And it felt good. But that was like the hardest decision I've ever had to make, but I knew it was right. Essentially, I mean, going back to like where it all stemmed from, the season prior, okay, so I got pregnant with my first daughter, Sage, at the start of 2020. They did have a season that fall. And like when I got pregnant, I knew I wasn't going to do it. And that was like what I wanted. Like I was actively trying to get pregnant. I wanted that. And I knew I'm not going to do the next season.
Yeah.
So I knew that was happening. It wasn't like that wasn't hard for me because that's what I wanted and what I chose. But before getting pregnant, I was always like, will I come back after having a baby?
Yeah.
And I basically promised myself, I'm like, I want to at least give it a shot. Like I want to try at least one season, see how it is, because who knows? Who knows how it will be? So I always like had that in mind. I knew I was going to miss that season because I was pregnant, but I was like, I'm going to come back next season. Obviously, if they have me, that's the thing too, is I'm like, I'd love to come back and try, but you just never know.
Yeah.
So had Sage, I was like, it was probably like 7-8 months later when it was like, we're starting to talk about doing the next season. I had expressed to the show, I'm like, I want to come back if you guys will have me. And I did. I went back. I did a season with Sage. She turned 1 during the season. And it was just a very, very, very different experience for me. Like everything just felt different. Priorities were different. I mean, the show as a pro, it's a 24/7 job. If you want to be like, that's the thing. I mean, it's a 24/7 job if I wanted to give my full potential, and I no longer could do that. I'm like, my 24/7 job is being a mom, and like I will do everything I can on this, but it was just such a different relationship with the show, with the work, and I had a really hard time that season. Like it was hard. It was really, really hard. And then after, like I kind of like at the end of that season, I honestly felt like I knew in my heart, I'm like, I think this is it for me. I remember calling my husband after the finale, like just bawling because I'm like, I think that maybe was like it. Like I'm like, I think it was, but then I'm like, I don't know. So it's not like I was like telling people or I was like, okay, bye everybody. Cause I'm like, I don't know. But I just remember like having that feeling. But I'm like, okay, well, let's see. Because after the show ends, you still have another like 8 months before the next one rolls around.
Yeah.
And I think that was like the first time where I was like, I think that's it. But then I feel like I thought it for so long because it was, one, really uncomfortable for me to even think about like having that conversation with the show. And then also like sharing that with people and like them not understanding or thinking I was crazy. And then also scary of like, okay, well, what would I even do?
Yeah.
So I think I kind of like pushed it aside for a while, but then ultimately like I just knew. I'm like, this is like my energy is in a different place. I want to be in this new phase of life at the time. So me and my husband did long distance in our marriage for like almost all of our marriage, honestly. Like I would go out to LA, he would be working full time in Utah. We would like
you guys have been together since you were like kids, right?
Yeah, we started dating when we were 15.
Okay.
So like a lot of our life and relationship was long distance. I was always on tour on shows and we got really, really good at it. And honestly, like it was, which is sad to say, but like we did, it worked for us.
Yeah.
But as soon as we had Sage, like it was different. It's like, okay, now we're like shuffling a kid back and forth between parents so that they can both feel like they're having time with her. And it didn't feel right anymore. And also, during my first season, she was very young, but going into the season where I ultimately decided, I'm like, she's aware. She knows when mom's gone for a couple of days. She knows when she doesn't get to see dad. It's like, it's different.
Yeah.
She's talking, she's expressing how much she misses, like if we're gone. So it didn't feel right. I knew it didn't feel right, but it took me a long time to like actually be like, okay. But yeah, ultimately decided, I'm like, even though this feels so hard, I know it's right. And so made the call. And then that was that. I will say, like, I remember the relief I felt after just like saying the words.
Yeah.
Cause it was just so much built up. Like, I'm so scared of how this is going to be received. And I felt a lot of peace, even though I was still really sad, I felt peace about it. So that was a good feeling.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like I'm happy that you had that because that just really shows that you did make the right decision there.
Well, and then even more so, I was like, okay, I feel peace now, but what about when the next season's happening and I'm at home watching it? Am I going to be miserable? But I remember the first episode of the first season I missed. I was on my couch with Sage, eating some popcorn, watching, and I just felt so like, okay. And it was the best feeling ever because I'm like, oh my gosh, like this was right for me. Like it wasn't like a spur of the moment decision. And like, I'm so content with where I'm at that I can sit here and watch this and just be so happy to watch it. So I'm really grateful because that doesn't always happen for people. And I'm glad there was no like feelings of regret. So
What has it been like watching Rylee? Because honestly, after hearing your story, it's literally like the same. Like I feel like you guys have like very similar.
No, it's literally like I'm watching myself 12 years ago. It's so crazy. And I love like people always ask, they're like, so is it so much harder to not do the show now that Rylee's on? I'm like, honestly, no, like her being on and getting to still feel like I get to like have an element of this show that was part of my life for so long. It's still in my life through her in a way.
Yeah.
It makes it easier for me to be like, I just want to be a fan. I just want to watch. I just want to cheer you on. And it's so surreal. And watching her go through all the exciting things, like this is just the start for her. And it's so cool to see that when I know that. I'm like, that's how my start happened as well.
Yeah. I think it was at the finale. I was on like the other side and I could see you and your sisters watching her.
Yes.
And honestly, I was just kind of like watching you guys the majority of the time because I was like, this is like, how sweet of a moment is this? Like getting to see Rylee fulfill such a big dream of hers that like you once like got to do and like it was so sweet just like watching the three of you like watch her.
Oh, I always say like I feel everything more for Rylee than I ever did for myself. I'm more nervous for Rylee than I ever was for myself. I'm more excited for her. I'm more proud. I'm more like just in awe than I ever feel like I felt for myself because I'm able to watch it from an outside perspective. And I also know exactly what she's going through in those moments. And so like so proud because I'm like, I know how difficult, how insane all of it can be.
Yeah.
So it's wild. It's been the coolest thing ever. Like I'm so grateful because like I said, it gives me this like taste of this show that was my family for so long.
Yeah.
But I'm able to still like be where I feel I should be.
Yeah.
And so I love it.
What has it been like watching her with Steven this past season?
Oh my gosh. The best. Like I was so pumped for her. He is the sweetest. She had the best season. It was so cool to let her just like shine, to show what she can do with her choreography, with her teaching abilities. Like it was just so special. I'm like, I mean, I was so stoked the whole way through. And I was also the biggest dance mom ever. Like I got to see everything. I'm like, send me your video. Send me your video.
I was going to ask.
Every hour I'm like, how's it going? Send it to me. So I was like wanting to just be a part of everything.
Oh my gosh. Were you like so excited that she got to do a freestyle?
Oh yes. I mean, my most like vivid, fond memories of the show are the freestyles that I got to do with my partners. Like I remember every single one individual. I could probably dance them. Like they are just like ingrained in my brain. So I was so pumped that she got to do that because I'm like, these are like the moments that you will remember forever. Like you're not going to remember every dance that you do on the show after a long career, but like you'll remember your freestyle. So it's really cool. I was so excited for her.
We had the best time just like watching them together. And we had Steven on the podcast and like got to know him, and he's just the sweetest. And obviously just the two of them together just made me so happy.
No, their energy was so fun. And they just brought out the best in each other. It was so cool to watch.
Yeah, they paired that really well.
Yeah, they did.
I haven't even like looked at my notes this whole time. I'm like, is there like a question I like actually like wanted to make sure I
love
asked?
that. That means we're just chatting. It's flowing.
I guess my one question I have on here is, would you ever go back to the show?
I mean, I feel like I could never say never because I feel like the show is on such a huge trajectory right now. Like I could see it being on for so many more years to come with the success that it's finding, which is so exciting. So who knows? Like who knows truly? But as of right now, like, no.
Yeah.
Like that's like, I feel like people are still like, oh my gosh. In fact, like even just posting about being in LA, like so many comments, people are like, oh my gosh, are you doing Dancing with the Stars? And I'm like, no, I'm not. Like, I'm not going to like troll you and be like, maybe. Like, no, I'm not doing next season. But am I saying that I would never come back? Like, no, I'm also not saying that either. So it really is just like, it's got to feel right. Yeah. And it just doesn't at the moment. So we'll see what comes.
I honestly feel like that's when like the best, like if that were to ever happen to you, I feel like it would truly be the perfect timing because of where your mindset is and how much like being a mom and like knowing, like truly knowing and being content with where you're at in life right now.
Yeah.
If that ever were to happen, I feel like it would just be like the stars are aligning.
Yes, exactly. So I'm like, that's where I'm like, I don't want to say never, because who knows? Who knows what life will
And I
bring.
bet you enjoy watching it from the audience because you're not having to like.
Oh, I love. But like I said, I actually feel kind of more stressed than I ever did because I'm watching Rylee and I'm like, oh my gosh, just do okay, please. So I can't say that the nerves aren't there still, because they definitely are for Rylee. So
That's so good. Okay, let's talk about being a mom a little bit.
yeah.
I'm curious, is there something about motherhood that surprised you at all?
I think something that surprised me is like truly the mother's intuition and like how moms really just know how to get things done. Like before even knowing how to do it or being taught how to do it, like the things that I've just figured out with my children and the things that have just come to me on the spot, like that always, it never ceases to amaze me. And it kind of just like makes sense. Like I feel like people always say like, you just will figure it out. And you're like, but no, like how do you do it? Yeah. How do you be a mom? How do you take care of a newborn? How do you navigate so many different things? And I'm always just like amazed and shocked by like how at the end of the day, sometimes I'm like, whoa, like how did I do that? Or how did I know what to do in that situation? And it really is something that just comes naturally, which is so special and so cool. And I think I like want to talk about that more because I feel like becoming a mom and starting that journey can be so terrifying.
Yeah.
But I mean, truly there were so many moments where I'm just like, wait, I didn't even know that I could do that. And I just did it. So that's been really cool.
That's so cool. Was it hard for you guys to get pregnant, or did you get pregnant pretty quick?
No, with our first, we got pregnant pretty quickly, a couple of months. Yeah. My second was actually longer. It was almost a year, but then like that also is short now. Like it's all relative. I feel like it's so hard because it's like no matter how long it takes, it can be just so stressful because you're just like, when you're counting on it, when you're thinking about it, it can be really, really difficult. But no, I can't say that. I mean, it breaks my heart for people who really truly go through such difficulties with that, because that's like, you're like, when you want that and it's not working out the way you thought, it's heartbreaking.
Yeah. What was your experience like pregnancy wise, postpartum wise? How was that for you?
So first pregnancy, I loved. I actually like think about how much I loved my first pregnancy. I think I was just me and my husband waited a while to get pregnant. And like by the time I got pregnant and we decided to actually do it, like I'd kind of been wanting it for a while. Yeah. So I feel like I was so ready. I was ready for the changes. I was ready to like feel my body shifting. I wanted the bump so bad. Like I was like, I don't want my clothes to fit anymore. Like I want this bump. I want all the things. I want to just like be pregnant. I wasn't very sick. I mean, definitely first trimester stinks, but like nothing compared to what some people go through. Yeah. So pregnancy first time around, I feel like was pretty great. I loved it. Postpartum as well. I mean, I definitely went through it as far as just like, whoa, like it's a shock to the system of just like, you're not sleeping. You're constantly feeling like you're in fight or flight. Like you're just like, what am I doing? I have no idea what's happening. I'm trying to just figure things out. But I will say, like, considering what a lot of people go through, I feel like my postpartum the first time around was pretty good. Second pregnancy was definitely tougher for me. I did feel not as great. Yeah. And I also I feel like that like newness wasn't there. And so it was harder for me to like be happy through all of the changes. And also at the time I'm chasing around a toddler. Yeah. I don't get to just like take a nap when I was feeling tired. I'm like, oh dang. So second time around was a little bit harder on me, I think mentally. I just feel like I just think I very rarely had time for myself. And if I did, I wasn't feeling great. Postpartum though, I actually feel like postpartum was easier because I started feeling very miserable towards the end of my pregnancy. Couldn't really move my body the way that I wanted to. Yeah. Felt awful. Was so exhausted that after I was like, oh my gosh, okay, like pains were gone. I was very excited. And I feel like all the like negatives of pregnancy just kind of went away because it was hard that postpartum felt like this like light at the end of the tunnel of like, oh my gosh, okay, we did it. Yeah. We're here. So
did you have a hard birth with Sage?
No.
Okay. The internet told me you had a C-section with her, and I was like, is there a reason, or did you just want one?
So so both of my girls, I've had C-sections with both deliveries actually. Okay. Sage was breech, so that means she was head up. So she was breech at like my 32-week appointment. So they gave me the heads up, like, just
feel
so
like
you
that
know.
fits her personality.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. She's like, nice try, Mom. And then my second daughter was like, oh, double nice try. I'm also going to be breech. And they are very much like that out of the womb. But
funny.
she was breech. And then, but like, still she could have flipped. But my water broke, went into labor with Sage, got to the hospital. She was still breech. So they did the C-section. And same thing happened with June. I was like 38 weeks pregnant. I knew she was breech, but I'm like, maybe she'll flip. Water broke, went into labor, got to the hospital, still breech, C-section. So, yeah.
Okay.
But they weren't, I mean, everything went really smoothly. And I don't know any different. There's a lot of moms who have vaginal and then do C-section, say it's I don't know any different. That's just my experience with birth. So, to me, I'm like, they've been great, but I don't know any different.
Yeah.
So,
okay, yeah, the internet was like, she had a C-section with her first. I was like, was that like because she
like,
had to, or
well,
was
and
that,
I'm
like,
grateful. Like I was very much, it was always on my radar. Like from like the last 2 months of my pregnancy with Sage, like they're like, there's a chance you're gonna have a C-section. So it wasn't shocking to me. I was like, it was on my radar. I was like prepared for it. I also was not ever very much like, I never had a birth plan. I was never like, it has to go this way.
Yeah.
So that made it okay for things to kind of just happen. Like it wasn't hard for me mentally, which I'm grateful for.
Yeah. I'm like, I think I want to have a C-section because I want to plan it. Like stress wise. I feel like I just want to.
Well, you can do that with an induction too. So
I don't know.
But that's what's hard. You get induced and you don't know how long labor will be. Like that is the thing. I mean, what's funny is I feel like I kind of got to experience both because I mean, with my second, with June, I labored for like 10 to 12 hours all day. I remember I was at the dance studio. Sage was at dance class and I'm in the hall and I'm like, oh, another one's coming. I was having contractions, but they weren't close enough together where it was like, I need to go to the hospital. But like I feel like when I got to the hospital, I was dilated to like a 6.5. So it's like, I feel like I was pretty much there. And then they're like, okay, here you go. So it's like, which I like that I got to kind of experience both the things, but yeah, you just never know. Yeah. Birth is hard. My biggest advice to anybody who's ever having pregnant, I'm like, just like, try to not go in with like high expectations of like a perfect plan because things always shift and you just never know what's going to happen.
Yeah. I remember because during my nursing school rotations, we obviously did like labor and delivery. Yeah. I watched a vaginal birth and I went home. I said, honey, we are not having a child until I forget what that looks like.
You're like, I can't know.
I need like this angle, not this angle. Yeah. Because the catching end angle was not.
It was wild.
I was like,
I know. But like, if it's you're not even thinking about that.
I know.
So it's like,
And here, my best friend, she's a labor and delivery nurse and she's pregnant right now. I'm like, are you like scared?
Yeah.
Like you literally like you want to be pregnant after like delivering.
After seeing all that,
it takes a special kind of nurse to be a labor and delivery nurse.
I know.
Especially like if I was done having kids, I could maybe do it, but
like watching, you're like, oh my gosh, that's what I want to go through.
I'm gonna have to go through that at some point. It was so jarring, and after that, I was like, I might just have a C-section.
Yeah, you're like, let's just
because some of my girlfriends have had C-sections, and one of them, she's like, the date, the time. She's like, I bring my favorite warm color lamp with me. She has like she's just this cute little Dallas mom. She's very much a very typical Dallas mom.
Yeah,
like,
I love that.
With her little like monogram things, her lamp, her blanket, her little stereo she brings. Like that was like how she had both of her kids. She's like, that's what you're gonna do. I'm like, okay,
that sounds great.
Yeah.
Well, I had C-sections and I didn't have that. It was very much like, oh crap, we're going to the hospital. Like I remember calling all day. My husband's at work and he's like, so are we going? Like I need to know if I need to leave work in 30 minutes. So I'm like, give it a little more time. Like we were not ready. We show up, we're like, hey, we had to like drop our kids off somewhere because we didn't have anything in plan. So it's like you can plan everything and then everything can change on you. So
were you the first to have kids out of your sisters?
I was, yep. Okay. Yep. And then after Sage, 2 of my sisters had kids, and then I had another one, and then 2 more. So it's like, we've kind of all just been like intertwined, except for Rylee. Yeah. Which I'm like, good. You don't even enter that yet. Take your time, girl.
Take your time.
Yep.
You mentioned something that I'd love to hear more about, like finding time for yourself as a mom.
Yeah.
How has that? From someone who watches your social media, I feel like you now have that time figured out because I see you wake up like at the crack of dawn and I'm like, how are you even doing this? I can't do this without children.
Yeah.
How did you kind of like get in that routine of setting aside time for yourself?
Well, so I feel like with one kid, I had a little bit easier. It was a little bit easier for me to just find time throughout the day, but I didn't really have a set routine.
Yeah.
Like I didn't really have a set schedule. I remember with Sage, like it was just like I found time for it, but it wasn't like a routine that I had.
Yeah.
But then when I had 2 kids, like it just changed. And I quickly realized, well, I don't want to say quickly because it took me a minute to get around that.
Yeah.
First of all, when you have a newborn baby, there is no routine. Like there truly isn't. There's no routine. There's no like, this is going to happen at this time. You really just have to fly by the seat of your pants and just like make things happen. So it wasn't until like 6 months after June was born where I started to just realize like I need to actively set this time apart. I feel like before kids and even like with one, it was like, it kind of would happen upon me. I'm like, oh, okay, it's nap time. I can go. I have one kid, they're napping. I can do what I need to do.
Yeah.
When you've got two, they're not on the same nap schedule. It's like those moments don't just happen upon you anymore. You're like, okay, now I have to actively go find that for myself. At the time, I remember being super jealous of my husband because he was training for an Ironman.
Oh, wow.
So he was waking up super early before leaving for work to do his workouts. And they were like long workouts and he was getting it in. And I would remember he'd be like in the shower, about to head out the door for work, already did his workout, already did all his things, and I was just waking up and the kids are awake and it's time to like go. And I'm like, ugh. I just was like always so jealous. I'm like, dang, I wish I could do that. But to be honest, I was not a morning person, like at all.
Oh, wow.
At all. I used to be the person like stay up till 1 a.m., fall asleep, wake up when my kids wake up.
Yeah.
And it just wasn't enough for me. And I knew that, but I was just like not in a space where I was like, oh, I want to make that change. But eventually I'm like, okay, I feel like I want to try this. So I started waking up early. Sucked like so bad.
Yeah.
So bad. It was literally the worst thing ever. But I was like, I'm going to commit to it for at least a month. And I did. And after like 2 weeks in, I'm like, okay, I can start to do this. After 3 weeks, I was literally looking forward to it. Like I would go to bed, set my alarm. I'm like, I'm so excited for my session in the morning. Like I was just so excited because I quickly, I'm like, this is my me time.
Yeah.
And it's so important as a mom. I immediately ended up, I've been doing that now for over almost a year and a half, waking up, I would say 95% of the mornings and getting my time in before the girls. And sometimes it's not even a workout. Sometimes it's just like maybe doing a sauna and cold plunge session or just like sitting and being like with myself.
Yeah.
And it's changed me. It really, really has. I am a better mom, friend, wife. Like I just feel better throughout the day. I'm more patient. I feel like I get more done. I'm less tired, which is wild because I'm like waking up so early.
Yeah.
And I've heard this a million times. Like people would say that to me before and I'm like, there's actually no way.
Yeah.
But yeah, it changed everything for me. I mean, finding time for yourself as a mom is truly the only way I feel like you can stay sane and get things done. But I also understand how freaking hard it is. I mean, I work from home. My husband works full time. He's not home.
Yeah.
So it's like, but I know that there's people who both parents have jobs and are working full time. And it's just like, I understand how incredibly difficult it can be. So it's like, it's hard. Moms have a lot on their plate. And I feel like the last person you think about is yourself.
Yeah.
But that sometimes is the most important thing to do so that you can be the best you can for your children.
Yeah. They're like, you have to have like some level of selfishness almost.
You do. Yeah.
With being a mom because you need to be able to give that energy back to your kids. If your cup's full, like how are you going to fill your kids' cups, you know?
Well, and even like, for example, like me being on this trip right now, I left my girls for 2 nights so that I can come and I can get work done to fulfill my cup and my business. But a lot of people could look at that as like, she's being selfish. She's leaving her kids. What is she doing?
Yeah.
But like, I think if you can just understand that it's like, if you are taking care of yourself, you will be better equipped to take care of other people. So it's like, it's just, I do think it's a mindset that's shifting for a lot of people, but also not for some. So it's hard. It's hard.
Yeah. Okay. I actually want to hear more about this because we have like a little interview, pre-interview form that you fill out that our listeners have kind of heard about. But you talked about in it how like being a mom has really transformed your self-worth and how you talk to yourself.
Yes.
I want to hear more about that because I think that's so beautiful.
Well, I mean, I think it all started definitely in pregnancy. Like my relationship with my body changed so much during my first pregnancy because it was like going from like being an athlete dancer to like my body is my tool to do this profession to like, okay, I'm not doing that anymore, but now I'm literally growing a human, watching it grow, change, shift, but then still allow me to do a lot of the things I was passionate about. I actually started creating workouts for my workout program, the Movement Club, during my pregnancy.
Oh, wow.
And like watching myself change and shift and do things I didn't think I could do. I'm like, can I even move my body anymore? And watching that, I just feel like I got this new confidence in like appreciating my body and thinking of my body about what it can do for me and what I can do with it rather than like what it looked like. So that was the start, is just like shifting of like, okay, what can I do rather than like, what do I look like? What are people's perceptions of me? Like, look what I can do with my own body and with myself. And then having my girls, and especially with them being girls, like, I just feel like I've been like you said, I'm so much more aware of the things I say in my day. And I feel like it started early because obviously when your baby's a baby, like when Sage was a baby, I could say anything. She's not really listening. But I remember just like as she started to be able to talk, as she started repeating things, which that's what kids do. They hear something, they repeat it.
Yeah.
And I remember it wasn't anything bad. I honestly don't even remember what it was. But I remember the first time where I heard Sage say something that we didn't like teach her how to say. It was definitely something she heard.
Yeah.
And it just like hit me. I was like, whoa. Like that's how our kids learn, is by watching us. Like they watch, they hear everything, they listen to everything. You are truly setting an example for them with every move you make, every word you say. And I just remember starting to be so much more conscious, like getting dressed. It's not about like, does this look good? It's like, oh, I love this. This is comfy. This is so fun. Like that'll be perfect for the activity that we're doing today. And starting to like shift the way I talk about the clothes that we wear with Sage. And I mean, doing that now with June too, as she's getting older. But that was kind of the first thing, is like, we wear this because it's easy to go to the park for this, or we wear this because this is a little bit of like, I don't know. It's just kind of starting with that.
Yeah.
And then also just like complimenting myself throughout the day, because I'm like, I want her to do that for herself. Like I want her to look in the mirror and be like, I look so cute. And she does. Like this morning I was FaceTiming her and she likes to dress herself, which is so funny. But she had her outfit on. She goes, Mom, do these shoes look cute with my outfit? And like, I'm like, not really, but yes, yes. I'm like, they don't match at all, but yes. And then she's like, these are cute. So it's like, I feel like I've just shifted so much about like the way I talk to myself, because that's how I want them to talk to themselves. And it's been crazy because by doing that, I'm like naturally feeling more confident in myself, because I'm not saying those things to myself. I'm not looking in the mirror and being like, oh my gosh, I look terrible today, or oh, I look so bad, or any of those things, because I'm not saying them. And by not saying them, I'm starting to think them less. And it's just been so wild how that has completely shifted my own mindset, when I've really been doing it because I didn't necessarily have a moment of like, I talk negatively so much about myself. Like I should stop doing that. For me, it was more like, I want to make sure I'm being kind to myself for my daughter. And it's been such a full circle moment for me of like, oh wow, it has been working for me too. So
that's so sweet.
Yeah,
I love that.
I love it. I'm like, those are things about motherhood that you're just like, you don't even realize that like will change you.
Yeah.
So, and then like I said, going back to what I said in the beginning of the most shocking is like, I found so much confidence in myself of like, wow, like the capacity I have to handle situations, to learn, to grow, to adapt. It shocks me because it's like, you don't know how to do a lot of things and then you do them. And it's just really built my confidence. I'm like, okay, I can do hard things. I can put myself out there and go outside of my comfort zone, because obviously I've proven that like I can do it.
Yeah. It's things like this that make me so excited to be a mom.
That's really the best thing ever.
I'm excited. I'm really excited. I'm the holdup. Taylor's like,
no, but here's the thing. There is no reason to do it unless you feel like it's time.
Yeah.
Like truly, I'm so grateful that I waited until I felt very ready, past the point where it was like, okay, wow, we maybe should have done this a little bit earlier. But like, there's nothing wrong with that. Like I think it'll make you a better mom if you are like, you know that you're ready for that.
I wanted to ask you this. Can we talk about your boobs?
Oh, yes. Yeah. Let's talk boobies. Let's do it.
I just freaking love that you just fully shared that, and you like your content, like talking about your surgery and after and everything. I loved it so much. Like you also just are so happy about it. Like it makes me so happy. But did you know you always wanted to get your boobs? Like what was that decision like for you? Yeah.
So I always was like the person that said, once I'm done having kids, I would like to get a breast augmentation. Like that was always my plan. I didn't always know I was going to do it now, but I always knew I wanted to do it. So it was definitely something on my radar, but I always thought that it was something you had to do after you were done. Like I thought that like you literally couldn't do it. Like I was like, oh, will they even do it if I'm going to have more kids? But it's definitely something that's kind of been cracked the case. And like, obviously implants, all the things have shifted, and it's totally okay to do it and then get pregnant again, because we're not done having kids. We want to have more.
Okay.
And so it kind of got to a point where I was like, why am I waiting? My mom actually was like, why would you wait? Like, do it.
I guess I thought that.
Yeah.
Because I was going to ask if you wanted more, because I know I've always heard that people just wait till they're done having kids.
Well, like, here's the thing. There is always a chance that it could change the way they will. It will. It'll change the way they look. But everyone always told me that they definitely just look more natural and more like they don't stay as like up and tight and high. But to me, I'm like, that's what I want.
Yeah.
So part of me actually became more drawn to it, because I'm like, oh, okay, they'll just look more natural if we do have more kids. So I always knew I wanted to do it. I wasn't always planning on doing it before having more children. And then I was just like, you know what? Why wait? I want to do it. It sounds fun. I have thought about it. It wasn't a spur of the moment decision. It wasn't like I was like, oh, I'm just going to do it.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that's kind of how the decision came to be.
Are you, I know the answer, but are you happy with it?
Oh, yes. Would recommend to anybody who wants to do it. Like, that's the thing, is I feel like I'm not sitting here trying to say like, you need it. But if it's something that you want to do and you feel good about, and it's something that like you feel like is going to like enhance you in any way that you feel comfortable with, you should do it. Like, I have no regrets. I'm really grateful that I just like, and I'm grateful that I had people around me who like were like, good for you, do it.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing is, I mean, obviously on social media, and I, like you said, I was very open. I always planned on being open. I've just always been that way with my community. Yeah. Even when I know I might get hate or people might disagree, I'm like, well, this is just what I do. I share my life. Yeah. I'm not going to pretend like something that isn't happening. And I'm also one who, it's like, I'm sure there's other people out there who are scared to talk or be open about things in their life. So I'm going to be that person that can show them that like, you can be open. It's okay if you're going through, like, I wanted to just be that. So yeah, I always knew I was going to share. I always knew I wanted to get it done. I have no regrets. And it's just been a really fun thing for me. And it actually was really cool to like see the support of people just being like, you go girl, like do what you want with your body. Yeah. Like at the end of the day, it's like, it's my body, and that's what I wanted to do.
Amen to
I'm
that.
happy about it.
I know. My best friend that's pregnant right now, she is like, she's always been flat. She was a ballerina. She's like typical little tiny ballerina body. And she has boobs now because
because of pregnancy.
And they're like boobs.
Yep.
And
pregnancy boobs are the best.
She wants to get her boobs. She's always said she wants to like get them done, like a B cup, like just like something. So she has something. Yeah. And now that she has them, she's like, oh, they're gonna go away. I know. Like I need them back. And I'm like, yeah, they are gonna go away, but you can get them back.
Yeah, you can get them back. There is a little thing that allows you to do that. Like I said, I'm like, I just feel like if it's something that you want to do and you feel good about, like you should do it.
Yeah. How many kids do you want?
We definitely want one more.
Okay.
So after that, TBD. Yeah. We'll see what happens. But for sure, one more. Yeah. So we'll see.
Gosh, I love that. You mentioned Movement Club a little bit. Yeah. I want to talk about that. And where did that idea come from to start it? Yeah, so I got the idea to do the Movement Club actually during my first pregnancy with Sage. So this was going back to, it was the first season where I wasn't going to be doing a season of Dancing with the Stars. And kind of just like, it was COVID as well. So we were home. I wasn't able to go to any of my like typical workout spots or like do any of the things that I used to do to move my body. And I felt like there was just a really huge missing space in the like online fitness platform area where it was just a program that was truly for anybody. Like I feel like everyone says that, but being someone who very much understood my body but was going through a time where lots of things were changing, I was scared. It was just a different period for me. Yeah. I really like I did my research and I just felt like there wasn't a program that was unintimidating, that you needed to have these like prerequisites for, or that guided you through any different phase of life that you had. Yeah. Where for me, I'm like, I'm first time pregnant mom. I don't really know all the things that I need to know about moving my body while pregnant. And I just figured, I'm like, there's got to be other people who are in the same position as me, whether or not you're pregnant. Like maybe it's like, I've never worked out a day in my life, but I want to start somewhere. Yeah. And none of these programs make me feel like I could just hop in and do that. Yeah. So I'm like, I want to be that program. I want to create a space for everyone that focuses more on moving your body rather than like anything else. And that truly is so diverse that anybody could do it, that there's a spot for anyone. First time working out, you've been working out for years and years and years. Maybe you're pregnant, maybe you're postpartum. So I got my certified personal trainer license and then went on to become pre and postnatal certified so that I really could be a space where it's like, I have the knowledge, come to me, I can guide you through the different stages that you're in. So I started filming
we wanted to launch with, I think it was 45 workouts on the platform. And I filmed all of those during my first pregnancy.
Oh, wow.
So that was wild. And it was also like so weird in my brain because I'm like filming these workouts as the fitness instructor, but I'm actively gaining weight. Duh. Like that's what you should do. But it was such a backwards feeling of like, no one is going to want to work out with me. Like I don't look like the typical fitness instructor where it's like, I want her body. Like I'm like pregnant.
Yeah.
So it just felt so weird. I remember being so insecure about that. But then that it pushed me even more. I'm like, that's why this program that's what it's about.
Yeah.
It's not about what you look like. It's not about what's on the scale. It's about moving your body because it feels good. And at the time it felt really good for me. It was a mental escape. It was a support through kind of this crazy new experience for me.
Yeah.
And so, that's kind of where the idea came from. That was the mission behind the Movement Club. And that's just, we've propelled it in that direction. Because I always say, I'm like, I want variety. I want everyone to feel like they can be a part of this program. So we've got everything from beginner to advanced to low impact to high impact to HIIT, Pilates, all the things. Two of my favorite programs that I'm so proud of is I filmed a pregnancy program during my second pregnancy.
Oh, wow.
That I filmed in real time with my pregnancy. So it guides women from weeks 4 through 40 of their pregnancy. And I filmed those workouts like in those weeks of my own pregnancy.
Oh, wow.
So it's fun. It's like if someone's 22 weeks pregnant and they want to work out, like they're working out with me while I was 22 weeks pregnant. And then with my like pre and postnatal knowledge, I was able to really be like, okay, these are the kind of movements that we need to eliminate now at this point in pregnancy. This is what we need to start incorporating more of.
Yeah.
And then I did the same thing with my postpartum journey. The second time around, I filmed a 6-week postpartum program within real time of my 6-week postpartum journey.
Wow.
So it was cool. I'm really proud of those because I feel like that's what I wanted. I'm like, when I was pregnant the first time, I wanted to work out with somebody who I knew was going through what I was going through and could guide me through it safely. So yeah.
I feel like you have such a nice approach to it too. Like, I feel like it's really about wellness.
Yeah,
like you're not like, here's your beach bod and all the lift and all the things. Like you're just authentically yourself in it. And it's so cool that I'm sure it was hard for you to like film all of that in real time, but how cool, like all these, expecting moms get to work out basically alongside you.
Yeah, that's what I wanted. I remember like filming too, like there would be times where I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't do this next rep. And then I'd be like, crap, I need to refilm that. I'm like, no, like I want them to know that I struggled. Like moving your body while pregnant is so freaking hard. If you do anything while pregnant, it is so hard. But like I wanted it to be that relatable program. And that's across the board. Like I don't edit my videos. I don't do retakes if I lose my balance. Like I'm like, no, this is what working out is like. It's sometimes not pretty. Yeah. Sometimes it's like really tough. Sometimes you hate it the whole time through. Yeah. And that's totally normal. But what we should be focusing on is how you feel after, how it empowers you and reminds you how strong you are. Like that's the mission and like what I want my members to feel anytime they move their body with me.
I love that so much. We'll leave a link down below for everyone to go sign up because I think you just make it like very healthy. I feel like we've gotten to this place now where we're like working out to be healthy and not just for like the physical outcome of the working out process and really learning to like love ourselves through it.
And that's what it should be. And that you get more benefit out of your workout if that's your main goal.
Yeah.
Truly you do. If you're doing it to punish your body to look a certain way, you're not going to get all the benefits out of it.
Yeah.
Like mentally, emotionally, physically, all the things. So it's just better.
It's so good. Okay. Last little segment. Lemon 7. 7 questions, rapid fire.
Okay.
First thing comes to mind, whatever you want to say. Okay. Hit me with it. Okay. First question is, what movie or song title best describes your mental health today?
Oh my goodness. Okay. I mean, I'm going to have to go with Hannah Montana, Nobody's Perfect, because first of all, nobody is perfect, but also because that is the number one song played in my car at the moment because that's all Sage wants to listen to. Sam, my husband, showed her the Hannah Montana movie. She is now obsessed with Hannah Montana. She wants to listen to the songs all day. Like when I tell you I could sing every word because I've listened to it 75 times in the past 2 weeks. So that is it's like my mantra for my life, but also the only song that I get to listen to in my car anymore. Yeah. So we're going to go with that.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. I love that for her.
I know. It's actually the best. I watched it back and I was like, this is so good, but also so terrible, but so good. I'm like so cheesy, but I can't stop watching. Nostalgia.
Number 2 is, how open are you with people in your life when struggling?
Oh, to be honest, I'm definitely one to like not, I don't want to say bottle it all up, but like not
That's me. I don't say anything.
Yeah, I'm just like, it's fine. I can figure it out. But with my husband, I'm very open.
Yeah.
Like, he always laughs because he's like, this is like the way you talk to me about how you, like, I don't portray it. Like, I'll cry to him in the car and then we'll hop out. I'm like, hey, everybody. Like, no one would ever know. So I feel like it's hard. It's like, I'm very open with him.
Yeah.
But I don't necessarily, like, talk about it with anybody else. Or I don't really want anybody to know.
Yeah.
Most of the time. So I don't know. I don't know if that makes me open or not. But it's like, I am very open with him. So
yeah. I think that's
like
open.
a mix. Yeah.
If you have your one person, I think that's important.
Yeah.
Number 3 is if you could follow only 3 social media accounts, what would they be?
Oh my gosh. Honestly, probably just my 3 sisters. Like, I'm like,
this question was made for you.
No, actually, that worked out when you said 3. I'm like, I've got 3 sisters. That's all I need. Honestly, like, I used to a lot more, but I don't get to really scroll much anymore.
Yeah.
And if I do, genuinely, it's like checking my sisters. I'm like, what are we up to today? But then it's also, I just got off the phone with them FaceTiming. So I'm definitely very in the loop. But yeah, I'd probably say that.
Number 4 is what is your favorite form of self-care?
Ooh, definitely my morning routine. Like, that just sets me up for success if I can get that time in, no matter what it is. I mean, currently it's a workout, a movement club workout, a sauna, a cold plunge, and then the girls wake up and I just feel so ready.
It's so good. It's also like so inspiring to watch. I literally like watch you wake up and like do your work calls from your sauna and your cold plunge. I'm like, I need to get off my, like, I need to do this.
No, but hey, here's the thing. I didn't do that before kids because I didn't need to. So it's like you find your time. And for now, for my phase of life, that's my time. And who knows if that's what I'll be for the rest, like doing for the rest of my life. But you just got to find what works for you.
I also just need to get my butt in a cold plunge. And
it sucks, but it's also the best thing ever. I love it.
My therapist, I've had so many people tell me that I actually really need to do it for my mental health. I'm like, yeah, but it's cold.
No, it is cold. But when I tell you, like, the mornings I don't do it, my day kind of sucks. I'm not kidding. Now that I've done it for such a long time consistently, I really can tell.
What temperature is yours at?
It's at like 42.
Oh, that's so cool. I always say I'll get in my pool because it's cold.
Okay, yeah, that works too. I feel like just I don't know. It just like instantly, it's almost like a light switch of like, like you just feel like.
You don't do coffee, do you? Or
no,
do you?
I don't.
Okay.
Yeah. So it like energizes me. It kind of like snaps me out of whatever. Like if sometimes, I mean, some mornings I wake up and I'm in a bad mood. I'm like, this day sucks. And I feel like that just like snaps me out of any feeling. Like I'm just like, what is happening with life? And then I can kind of like start fresh after that. So it's good.
Okay. Maybe I'll incorporate it. There's actually cold plunges at Soleil. Maybe I do it.
I need to do it.
Maybe I do it. Number 5 is what is the most misunderstood thing about you?
Ooh, I feel like because I don't share with everyone around me, like when I am struggling or when things are hard or when I feel overwhelmed, I like to just like get things done and not talk about if it was hard. I feel like a lot of people just assume that like things just happen easily for me or that like I don't really... I don't know, that I don't struggle and that life isn't really hard for me sometimes. And there's days where I just feel like I was a complete failure all day long because I try to be honest about it, but it's not even that I'm like trying to hide it from people. That's just not my personality to openly discuss that. I'm like, I don't need to burden someone else by telling them I'm having a hard day. Like they probably are too.
Yeah.
But I feel like it definitely puts this perception that it's like, oh, well, everything's easy for Lindsay or she never struggles or she doesn't go through these things. But I definitely do, just like everybody else.
Yeah, but I mean, it's also like a boundary. I feel like what you that you have with social media too.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You don't want to like.
Well, that's the thing is I'm like I'm honest and I try to be honest about the times I'm struggling, but also I feel like I'm sometimes not even aware that I'm struggling when I'm struggling. Yeah, you know. So it's like it's not like I'm like not telling you. It's just like I don't even know. Yeah. And then I get in bed that night and I'm like, oh my gosh, that was the worst day ever. Literally, so it's just hard.
That was me this past week. I've like. As we kind of talked about, I've been like trying to get my head above water.
Yes, yeah.
And I was like cutting flowers and putting them in a vase and like just
doing a normal thing.
Doing something that I love. And I just like felt panic start like sinking in and I walked over to Taylor and I just started like I full blown panic attack bawling. Like I knew it was coming. I had told my girlfriend a few days ago, I was like, I'm definitely going to like spiral any minute here. Like I knew it was coming. And then all of a sudden I like walked over and I was just like, he's like, okay, okay. So like you just, but I knew it was coming, but I'm the same way. I'm like, no, it's fine. Like, I'll push through it. I'll push through it. Yeah. I feel like that's something with dance we have to blame for that.
It is. You push through injury, you push through sadness, the show must go on. Yeah. Like that is like a mantra I will never forget in my life. Like the show must go on. Yeah. And also it's like life still moves on. So it's like you either get with it or you're gonna yeah, I do think that's a dancer thing.
Finding
for sure.
that balance is interesting. Yeah. Number 6 is who has had the most positive impact on your mental health?
Ooh, I think definitely my husband. He is like my sanity through everything. We could not be more different individuals. Like our careers, everything, so different. And he's kept me grounded through my whole career. Like not even a way of like he intentionally was like, you're going to stay Lindsay. But like I get asked all the time is like, how do you stay true to yourself in LA and with all the things? And like genuinely it was him. It was him never treating me different, never making me feel like I was more worthy because I was successful or less worthy if something like he was always my sanity and kept me grounded into who I am. And then also, like I said, like he's really the only one that I feel like I can like actually share my true emotions with at all times, no matter what.
Yeah. That's so sweet. Okay, number 7 is if you can go back to one moment in your life, what moment would that be and what would you say to yourself?
Ooh, I think honestly probably go back to the Lindsay that was like deciding. I mean, from a career standpoint to the Lindsay deciding to step away from Dancing with the Stars, to just like hug her and be like, it's going to be okay. Even though I did have that piece about my decision, like it was so hard and terrifying and I had no idea where my career and life was going to go. And just like, even if I could just be like, this is where you're at, like you're sitting at the Squeeze podcast with Taylor Lautner, like you're going to be okay. Like it's going to be okay. Everything's going to work out. It's going to be great. And life is going to be beautiful and wonderful. And then as a mom, sorry, I'm doing 2 parts to this. Because as a mom, I would go back to that first night back home from the hospital and just like, and just saying like, you've got this. Like, just trust yourself. Even though that's what everybody said to me, I feel like hearing it from yourself would be pretty insane to be like, okay, I do got this.
Yeah. Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for coming and chatting. We could have literally yapped for like
I know. I'm like, this could be 7 hours
I'm like,
long.
I'm going to look back through my notes and see. I probably missed questions, but it's fine.
Well, we had I feel like we talked about so many good things. It was so fun. I've been so excited to do this with you. So thank you for having me.